Hey everybody, I'm back again for another demo here from the basement in Lower Slower, Delaware. Today I'm going to be breaking down Back to Coeur d'Alene from James McMurtry's most recent album, The Black Dog and the Wandering Boy. This song completes my demos for that for all the new McMurtry material on that album. There are 10 cuts, 10 tracks on there, and 2 of them are covers. So this is the 8th of the original pieces for which I've got a demo. So now I got the whole album's there for you. This one was requested most recently by Mike Quigley. Thanks, Mike, for checking it out and asking about it. A couple others along the way have as well. I'll tell you, this is one of the more challenging tunes I've had to play of James's. It's unlike most of his stuff. And it's an opportunity for him to really kind of stretch out, especially when he plays it live. And so to that end, a couple things. I've got in the description below, I've got 2 links for you. One is to a PDF file, a single sheet PDF where I'm laying out where all the chords are on this song, because a lot of changes, and it changes pretty quick. And the second is a link to a performance that James did at McGonagall's Mucky Duck in Houston, Texas, some months ago, playing this song just solo on a 12-string guitar. So you can. That's where I learned how to. I mean, that's what I watched to learn how to do this. Okay, so I want to make sure I provide that as well. Okay, so. Let's talk about the setup of the guitar here and the chord shapes and changes we're going to use as usual. The good news is that all the verses in this song are exactly the same, so we'll just need to go through one of them. Similarly, the choruses are all the same except the last one where he hangs on one chord longer than the other times. And then there's a little bridge section in there which uses the exact same shapes as do the choruses. So there's nothing new in there. It's just you bust it out again. Okay, let's talk about the shapes here. First of all, configuration. We're in natural tuning with capo on the 2nd position, and as always, when I'm doing a capo demo, I'm going to pretend it's not there and just say that's the beginning and this is an E, even though we know what is that, an F sharp? All right, so otherwise it's just going to get confusing to you and to me if I do it any other way. All right. Now, the first thing I was just opening the clip with that intro riff. That intro riff constitutes most of each of the verses. Each verse consists of 5 lines, and what you're doing with the chords exactly the same for the first 4 lines, and then it just changes once at the end. So it's this thing here. I'm hitting only the 2 strings. I'm deadening everything else. And I'm angling my hand back here like this so that I'm only coming down on those 2. Now you can do this any way you want. Whatever's comfortable for you. Sorry. The way James does it in the clip below is like this. So he goes this, and then he slides that shape up 1 fret. I find that easy. That seems natural to me. Now the thing is, when you're strumming, you're going, and then you just move that one up. You're not hitting that note. That's a pull-off right there. Cotton like the keys in the Camaro, like to tow the handle off the door. Mikey come to visit in the morning, said we're not in trouble anymore. Said we're not in trouble. Okay, that's each verse is just like that. You're doing most of the lines with this. Okay, I'm calling that the E riff because, again, pretending this isn't there. It's just in that E shape. So I'm calling that the E riff. On the document that you can download here in the description, you'll see the verses are labeled E riff, it's kind of at an angle, just dropped on all the verses, rather than doing them line by line that way. Okay, let's see. Next is that when you go to the last line, it's just a barred A chord. Back to this. But then what he does in the live thing, and of course on the studio recording, the band's all there and they got all the other instruments. But when he's doing it live, he'll jump up here and play that kind of an E shape. So it's first finger 7th fret, 5th string, 3rd and 4th, 9th fret. And this sets you up for just your Joe Basic pentatonic movements. Whoops. So you're just vamping along with those kinds of things. It's pretty straightforward because you're high in the neck, the frets aren't too far apart, and your fingers are just right there. So that's how he's getting texture out of that. So let me go ahead and play the verse, and I'll jump up here and do a little of that riff action. So you see what he's and what I'm doing, and you can compare to what he's doing. Carton locked the keys in the Camaro, like to tow the handle off the door. Might he come and visit in the morning? Said we're not in trouble anymore. Said we're not in trouble. Winding down the Pasadena freeway, lying about the price of gasoline. So that's how you just go from verse to verse, just a little of that. All right, then so all those verses are the same. Then the choruses are all the same, except we'll come back to the special case later. But the choruses start with these shapes. It's as if you were barring your good old E chord, but you're not going to bar it all the way. You're going to leave these two strings open. And you're going to move that shape up a bunch of frets. So you're going to be playing this shape here on the 3rd, and that's a G. That's an A on the 5th fret, a C on the 7th or on the 8th fret, excuse me, and a D on the 10th fret. Now, with this shape, I can do that because I got a cutaway here. It's very easy. However, you'll see on the clip that where James he has a non-cutaway body, and he does it. He goes up here instead of this. Oh, sorry. Let me just play it. There, he does it there. Because it's crowding his hand to come up here. But it's the same notes. I like doing it this way because it's the same. I like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and I'll play the chorus. Gotta get known, gotta get known, gotta get known. You go back to that high E thing. Gotta get known, gotta get known, gotta get known, gotta get known. All right, so you're going back to these. And then the second time through, it's. All right, so it's this go from that B to here if you've got to do it because you don't have the space here. But if you do, just slide it on up. Okay. That is how the choruses go. All right, then we're back to a couple of verses. Back to a chorus, exactly the same. And then comes the bridge section, and he's using the same shapes. He's using basically all of it. Okay, so it starts out, why do I feel like a criminal for taking a good long shot? If my chances are minimal, I'm still giving it all I got. And then he vamps. Why do I feel, oops, feel like a criminal? Why do I feel like a criminal? Call me word. Okay, so it's on the second half of that bridge. Why do I feel like a criminal? On the A, on the 5 to the G, hey, like a criminal. Why do I 8 feel like a criminal? 10. Okay, so let's see here. Then there's the verses, and then on the last chorus, this is the only time it's any different. He just holds that D for a lot longer. Where is it? There. Gotta get known. All right, so that's the only change. Let me see if I can just pull it off here. Gotta get known, gotta get known, gotta get known. Gotta get known, gotta get known, gotta get known, gotta get known, gotta get known. Cotton lock the keys in the Camaro. All right, can you repeat the first verse? And then at the end of the song, he just kind of vamps. And then ends, as you'll see on the live performance. All right, so that pretty much gets you through this song. Questions and comments, always welcome. More requests, always welcome. Mike, thanks again for bringing this one up. And then, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.